Hello, my name is Sean Crenshaw, and today I would like to propose research for a gym occupancy system at Virginia Tech. The purpose of my proposal is to request authorization to study the baseline requirements for adopting a system that keeps track of the current amount of people in the two gyms at Virginia Tech, McComas Hall and War Memorial Hall. Currently, McComas Hall and War Memorial Hall are the only two gyms open to the public at Virginia Tech. Each gym has a weight room, a few basketball courts, and a swimming pool to provide its patrons. Both of these gyms are free to access for students and accessible to faculty and staff as well. With over 30,000 students attending this university, these two gyms get fairly crowded depending on the time of day. On the basis of an increasing consensus in the academic community that students who exercise perform better academically, resources have been allocated for a feasibility study of whether Virginia Tech should adopt a system for use by Virginia Tech students, faculty, and staff that shows them the current gym occupancy of the two gyms. The research that Professor Grant invited me to perform will be the foundation of this feasibility study. The Division of Student Affairs at Virginia Tech has the opportunity to put an end to the crowds at the gyms that make it nearly impossible to get in a proper workout. The Division of Student Affairs at Virginia Tech, specifically the Department of Recreational Sports, has the potential to raise the prestige and recognition of this university by promoting healthy lifestyles for faculty, staff, and students. It is human nature to respond to incentives, and knowing that the gym is open enough to get in a complete workout might just be the incentive that a lot of Virginia Tech gym patrons need. I would submit this proposal to Chris Wise, the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs and the Overseer of the Department of Recreational Sports. One factor that is likely to persuade him is the fact that this system will give his department more data about the patrons that use their facilities. Another incentive is that gym attendance at McComas Hall and War Memorial Hall is likely to level out instead of having extreme peaks and valleys for certain times of day. Most importantly, I think Mr. Wise will be convinced by the fact that the system is likely to bring more people through the door of these gyms and help Virginia Tech keep its #1 ranking as the most fit university in the nation. So here are the research questions that I would like to answer through my research. And I would like to answer these questions through the following tasks. The first task is to figure out potential systems for Virginia Tech to adopt. This will be done by figuring out what systems already exist, as well as brainstorming what systems are potentially available for us to use. The second task will be to research attitudes from the Division of Student Affairs towards the system. The Division of Student Affairs does not just include the Department of Recreational Sports, so being able to gather the attitudes of all of the people in this division is very important so that we can see if the system is worth approving. The third task will be to research attitudes from the gym patrons toward the system. If the students and faculty are not going to use this system, then obviously there is probably not a good reason to make it. And lastly, task 4, I will analyze my data and prepare the recommendation report, and I will prepare the recommendation report that explains the questions I sought to answer, my research methods, and my finding. For my budget, I will need full access to the card swipe system of the gyms at Virginia Tech in order to test the potential systems. I will need funding to pay a developer to implement this system once the final system design is ready, and I will seek funds from the Department of Recreational Sports in the Division of Student Affairs. The only staff that I should need is a developer to complete the project. Here are the appendices for my research and thus far, and hopefully I will be adding to this list. Thank you. I hope you would like to approve my system, and thank you for your time.